Wrestling, professional wrestling is something that I am getting back into in around about 48 hours. Let's do a cheap plug now. Let's get it out there. Defiant Wrestling's YouTube channel. Head on over there on YouTube now. Just type it in. Subscribe. 8 p.m. BST is an episode of Loaded, which is their weekly television show. Watch it for free, no price. And in that, I will make my return to the show in a 6-man tag match. We'll talk about it more next week once it's aired. I want to thank everybody for the support. And yeah, please do go watch it. But I also want to talk about something you're going to see on that evening, because it actually does tie into some of the mental health stuff that we've talked about here on this very vlog. And if you haven't seen it, please do go back. There's a playlist. You can check it all out. We talk about depression and mental anxiety and all life's ups and downs. Haha, very funny. So... yeah, quick plug as well, because some people ask me about this. It's very, very kind. People tweet at me at Simon316, smashing wires, and they say, Simon, how can you support me? I've got a Patreon, right? It's patreon.com/Simon316. Don't overly like pimping out too much on these things. I don't want it to sound like a cheap plug. However, people are right. If I don't mention it, how is anybody else going to know? You can choose to do with that information whatever you wish. And again, simonmiller.bigcartel.com. There's merchandise there. Let's stop about it. So, if you watch any of my wrestling career up to date, and you would have seen the thumbnail, there'll probably be a picture behind me right now, and I'll flash one up on screen, likely too. I used to wrestle in a singlet. And I say used to because I have brand new gear. Now, the reason I wrestle as a singlet is simple as. I never really talked about stuff like this, but I decided, you got to put your own problems out there in the world, because, that's why I started doing these series to begin with, because I thought if we all talk about our problems as one, even via the medium of the internet, hopefully we'll all feel better. And I've certainly got a lot of feedback in that regard to say that I'm on to something. I didn't come up with that. There's a thing that's been around for years. You know what I mean? But one of the reasons I wrestled in a singlet is because I have big body hang-ups. It's probably why I go to the gym and why I love the gym so much. For me, taking my top off for a while, really until the last sort of year, even wearing a vest, I honestly found very... just difficult. And we did a vlog on here before. We did a video somewhere. It may have even been a Patreon video, I don't know, where I wore a vest because it was so hot I was going to die if I don't. It was a vlog, I remember. The first thing I said was, I feel my shoulders up because I just don't like it. It probably ties into some of my childhood experiences. Again, we did a vlog about bullying. That's out there. It's one of the reasons I started going to the gym. I thought if I build myself up, it will act as like a protection thing. Turned out I loved it more than anything, so that worked out. But yeah, being in front of an audience and whipping my top off to show off my physique is something I find very intimidating. And I would guess it's because I'm worried about being judged, or I'm worried about how the way people are going to respond. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily worried about YouTube comments, because I had a conversation with this, and they said, are you worried about people saying YouTube? I was like, no, because if you're out there to, rain down hate on YouTube, you'll find anything. Doesn't matter, even if I'm covered head to toe, you'll probably go look at his bald head, wanker. So I don't think it's that, but there is certainly something inside of me where the idea of that was very, very scary. It's one of the reasons I did do a bodybuilding contest in 2017, I think it was. I think we've done an episode on that. If not, I absolutely will. It was to test myself and put myself in an environment where I could overcome that, which I did, and it did help. Of course it helped, because you make that mental struggle. You can see where we're going with this. So yeah, before I got injured, or maybe it was while I was injured, I decided I would get some gear made that was non-singlet in case when I came back I wanted to debut new attire, because lots of guys do that, and girls, and it's the best time to do it. And that's what I did. I'm going to show it to you now. Obviously, you're not going to see it on me until Sunday. I'm going to hold it off because I want you to go and watch it. Classic marketing. But that's right. We went with the Goldberg type shorts. They're never going to look like shorts because they never do when you hold them up. But there you go, Goldberg type shorts. Because I like to be an idiot. Look what I got written on the ass. Why? Makes absolutely no sense, but it made me laugh. And I just want to enjoy pro wrestling, and that cracked me up. I got another pair coming as well, but they're the same. And before the match, again, I won't name names because I don't want to ruin wrestlers' gimmicks. But before the match, I didn't know which one to wear. And I'd put my singlet on, and I kind of had a moment where I was like, maybe I should just put myself in the eye of the tornado. Because to return in the singlet and then change gear to me wasn't as impactful. But also I had this moment, well, it's twofold actually. One, I had this moment of, who cares, man? Challenge yourself. Put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and see how you grow from it. And that is genuinely, I remember having that moment and having that thought. But the other reason is, bless their hearts, everyone else in that locker room, and shout out to anyone that's watching this. Again, I'm not going to name names because, keep up the work, brother. But they all gave me such words of encouragement where they said, Miller, you got to go out there in the shorts, dude. Like, you work hard in the gym. If anyone says anything, they're crazy. Again, you've got to look at it from a wrestling point of view and not a bodybuilding point of view, which is what I probably do. You know, I've been quote-unquote bodybuilding since I was 16 years old. So unless you're sort of super chiseled and like 6% body fat, I guess in my head, I just look like a big fat guy. That's too extreme. That's me doing that's hyperbole, right? But there is a part of me that was like that, and they were like, "Nah, man, you got to go out there, do it." And so it was their kind words and their support and their encouragement, and this moment of sheer screw it, I'm just going to do it. And I did. I went out there in my shorts. And it was damn hard. As you'll see, I did the classic walk out in some merchandise and then whip your top off when you're on the side of the ring because it was a 6-man tag, like I say. And yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done within that realm. I understand everything's relative, right? But I understand there's much harder things to do than that. But it's a situation and it's an area that I've been... Well, just struggle is too much. I don't struggle with it. It's pretty easy to walk out your house with a top on. And in my house, do whatever I want. No one's around. But... It was a thing for me. That's the best way to put it. It was a thing for me. Everyone else rolled their eyes and be like, what are you talking about? But this is what I want to talk about. This is why it ties in. We all have those hang-ups. Some people don't like their eyelashes. Some people don't like they've got one hair on their shoulder. And it can really freak them out. And then nobody else notices because it's all in the brain. And again, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I wanted to throw some stuff out and say, we've all got these crazy things, man. We all think in crazy ways. And we're all defined by our past and the moments that we've experienced. And sometimes they leave a longer lasting legacy on us than maybe we're expecting. They chip away at the armor. But I did it. And as, again, another wrestler, which I won't name, said afterwards, Simon, next time you've got to own it a bit more. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I knew it as soon as he said it. I kind of did this on the side of the ropes. Like, I gotta protect myself from the eyes. But that's all good, because that's how we grow, and that's how we evolve as a species, and how we evolve as individuals. And man, I'll probably watch it back and cringe a little bit. Yeah, for many reasons. That's a joke. And I know a few people are, oh, Miller, you're not as ripped as I thought you were going to be. And I'm just going to try and embrace it as much as I can, because who do I lift weights for? I got the proof right there. I can't lift weights for anybody else, because if I did, I'd probably be naked right now, but I don't. I lift weights because it's my safe space. It's a way that I love to live my life in terms of, when I wake up in the morning before I go to bed at night with all the nutrition. It's something that taught me how to apply goals and set barriers for other parts of life. You always see people saying that, but it's really true. It taught me how to set a target and reach it, and then set another target and reach it, and constantly grow. That's what bodybuilding did. So yeah, the point is this. It's a bit of a tease, but also to tie into that, I will be wearing shorts this Sunday on Defiant Wrestling, and at least for 75% of the match, there'll be nothing up top too. And it will be... Yeah, I'm nervous about it, but I'm nervous about it twofold. I'm nervous about it, one, because of that, but also, as it's been, because I was out injured so long with my shoulder, you kind of forget that I'm brand new at this. I've still got a long way to go. I mean, you always do, but I've still got a lot to learn. And I'm lucky to be in the position that I am, and I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can, which I'm already doing. But yeah, there's that nature. I'm going to watch them back. I'll be like, oh, I could have done that better and this better. And I'm sure I made some mistakes, but I'm all right with that. And I'm all ready for the comments. Miller, that gets a down. That gets a brown down. Because, even though I will say this, I never actually criticise people's matches or botches or anything like that on ups and downs. I deliberately have never done it even before I wrestled, but some people think that's not true. It's true. But I get it, man. If I'm going to throw myself out there in both of these ways, I've got to be able to accept it. And I'm more than happy with that, because I feel blessed to do what I do, that I get to do the YouTube stuff. And now that I've managed to work this into my arsenal as well. So we'll see what happens. But yes, to summarize, too long didn't read. New gear this week on Defiant Wrestling in my comeback match. Hopefully it gives me a renewed confidence in my normal life, quote unquote, as well. And I would appreciate that, because, yeah, something I've always struggled with. All my mates will know. If anyone watches this, they'll know. They roll their eyes at me all the time, like, Miller, you're an idiot. And it probably ties into the fact that I've never really had that good skin. We'll do a whole episode on skin, because people ask me to talk about that, but I have dry skin. Sometimes my skin flares up, like I can't drink caffeine or eat dairy, because my skin just doesn't like it. And that probably plays a part too. And you're worried what other people are going to say, but really, who gives a crap? Which is weird, because in 99% of my life, I couldn't give two craps what anybody thinks. But that's my Achilles heel. That's my weakness. And hopefully now, in my early 30s, I can start to win that battle. So there it is. My secret, I'm going to say shame. Of course it's not shame. My secret worry. Wouldn't be secret. If I met you in the street and you asked me about it, I'd tell you for about 20 minutes. You'd be like, man, Miller, I really prefer it if you hadn't have told me this. But look, like the video, share the video. Please do subscribe. Subscriptions are always the way. And yeah, please do tune in. I'll make sure I drop a link. I'll forget, but I won't. I'll make sure I drop a link and a card in for Defiance Wrestling Channel. Again, 8 p.m. BST. All the support would be great, and the feedback would be great. Even if you want to message me, do it in a nice way. Say, Miller, you suck. Hey man, I can take that on, and I can try and be better, because that's what life's all about. It's a daily challenge. Thanks very much for watching. New wrestling gear. I'll see you soon.